Hello YouTube, on to part 4 of the series. Today we'll talk about aircrafts. Air vehicles had a huge impact on the battlefield during the Second World War. The 7 nations I spoke about on part 2 had many different types of aircrafts, but today we will only be looking at particular categories, such as ground attack planes, fighters, bombers, heavy bombers, and jets. Yes, you guys heard me right, I said jets. Let's start off with Germany. For ground attack plane, they have the Junker Ju-87, also known as the Stuka. For fighter, they have the Messerschmitt Bf-109. For bomber, they have the Heinkel 111. For heavy bomber, they have the Heinkel 177. And for jet, they have the Messerschmitt 262. On to Italy. For ground attack plane, they have the Breda BA-65. For a fighter, they have the Machi MC-202. For a bomber, they have the Savoia Marchetti SM-84. For heavy bomber, they have the Piaggio P-108B. On to the United States. For ground attack plane, they have the TBF-1C Avenger. For fighter plane, they have the P-51 Mustang and the F-4U Corsair for the Pacific Theater. For a bomber, they have the B-18A. For a heavy bomber, they have the B-24 Liberator. And for a jet, they have the Lockheed P-80 Shooting Star. On to Russia. For a ground attack plane, they have the Ilyushin IL-2. For a fighter, they have the Yak-7. For a bomber, they have the Ilyushin IL-4. And for a heavy bomber, they have the Petlyakov P-8. On to Commonwealth nations. For a ground attack plane, they have the B-156B1. For a fighter, they have the Supermarine Spitfire. For a bomber, they have the Handley Page Halifax. For a heavy bomber, they have the Avro Lancaster. And for a jet, they have the Gloucester Meteor. On to Japan. For a ground attack plane, they have the B-7A2 Ryusei. For a fighter, they have the Mitsubishi A6M, also known as the Zero. For a bomber, they have the Nakajima Ki-49. For a heavy bomber, they have the G5N1 Shinzan. Finally, onto France. For a ground attack plane, they have the V-156F. For a fighter, they have the Diwatsin D520. For a bomber, they have the Lioré et Olivier LE-045, and for a heavy bomber, they have the Farman NC-223.3. A lot of you may be questioning my picks for ground attack planes. I chose these particular planes since they have a rear gunner. Ground attack planes are slower than fighters, therefore it would be appropriate for these aircrafts to have a second gunner. As I said in the last video about land vehicles, it's all about balancing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for part 5.